The smokescreen of St. Paul. The air in the Minnesota governor's mansion was thick with the smell of stale coffee and impending disaster. Governor Tim Walz stood by the window, watching St. Paul below, but his mind was focused on a terrifying number: $9 billion. For years, a massive, complex scheme had siphoned taxpayer money, meant for daycare centers to feed needy children, into the pockets of fraudsters within the Somali community. Walz knew it. His administration had presided over it. In the cynical calculus of his political machine, looking the other way had secured a vital voting bloc and kept the peace with powerful community leaders some whispered were akin to warlords. But now, with President Trump back in the White House, federal investigators were sniffing around the books with renewed vigor. Walz needed a fire. A big one. Something blinding enough to make the feds recoil, and the media forget about audit trails. His chief of staff, Alistair, hurried into the room, clutching a tablet. "Governor, we have a situation in Minneapolis. An ICE enforcement operation went sideways. Shots fired. A fatality." Walz turned slowly. "Who?" "I don't know, some Renee chick. She tried to block an ICE vehicle with her SUV. Things escalated. Looks like she might have hit one of them with her vehicle." A slow, cold smile spread across Walz's face. He didn't see a tragedy. He saw deliverance. "Get Mayor Frey on the line," Walz commanded, his voice dropping an octave. "And tell the press pool I'll be making a statement. It's time to go to war." Within hours, Walz was behind a podium, his face a mask of righteous indignation. He didn't talk about the dangerous obstruction of federal law enforcement recorded in the police reports. He didn't talk about the ICE agent injured when hit by a vehicle. Instead, Walz poured gasoline on the spark. He declared that Minnesota was at war with the United States government. He painted the federal agents there to detain dangerous criminals that Walz's own sanctuary policies had released as an occupying army. The signal was received loud and clear by the radicals waiting in the wings. They were the useful idiots Walz was counting on. Passionate, angry, and easily directed. They poured into the streets of Minneapolis, convinced they were fighting fascism, unaware they were merely foot soldiers in a mob operation designed to protect a massive financial crime. That night, from the safety of his command center, Walz watched the news feeds. He saw federal vehicles being looted. He saw fireworks launched at ICE agents who were trapped in a hostile city, abandoned by local police on Walz's tacit orders. He saw the smoke rising. He picked up the phone and dialed Mayor Jacob Frey. "Hold the line, Jacob," Walz said soothingly. "Let the federal government feel the pain. Do not intervene. If the National Guard is needed, they answer to me, and I might just use them to stop the feds, not the rioters." Down on the streets, the chaos was absolute. The anti-ICE agitators doxed agents online, terrorizing their families, feeling empowered by their governor's complicity. They believed they were martyrs for justice. Up in the mansion, Walz breathed a sigh of relief. Every news camera pointed at a burning trash can or a screaming protester was a camera not pointed at the fraudulent daycare contracts. The city was wallowing in chaos, the rule of law completely severed. It was a textbook insurrection, brought about not by organic anger but by cynical design. Tim Walz had successfully turned his state into a shield for corruption. He just hoped the smokescreen would last long enough.